divine messages from Spirit. Today we are recapping from our Tea and Tarot Tuesday episode last night. So, for those who are joining me live to listen here, thank you for joining me today. For those who are tuning in at the time of this public, at the time this goes public, thank you for also tuning in and being here. And I hope you are well and I hope you are blessed whenever this video finds you, and hopefully these messages help you with your journey. So last night we had a really beautiful, intimate conversation about this lunar full moon eclipse in Pisces. It was also the time of the the time that I went live for the sneak peek. It was Friday the 13th, and there are just a lot of beautiful energies and a lot of transformative energies that can be considered, tough, bad, or challenging, but really what they are breaking us from the chains of lack mentality, breaking us free from the chains of low vibrational frequency. And that's really beautiful when you look at it from the broad spectrum in and of itself. So, kind of overlook here, it really ended up being such a beautiful read, even though starting out, we had the divine feminine here energy was coming through with this Two of Swords and the Three of Swords. It might look like there's you know, some hardships that the divine feminine has gone through, that the sacred feminine has gone through, and that is okay. We all have to experience heartache and heartbreak, whether it's with a relationship romantically or a family ship or friendship, whether it's through a a third party that was that was distracting you from being able to be truest in your light. If that was an addiction or mental challenges, mental health, PTSD, whether it's from a job that is soul sucking, this third party energy here is really making the feminine really go within to choose her fate, her choices that will lead her to her destiny, and walk by faith instead of by sight. And I love that the Two and Three of Swords are out here, because that is also taking the steps that you need to take, right? You can't get to the Three of Swords without taking the steps of the Two of Swords. So maybe she did take one choice before in the past and went a route that she realized was not the right route for her, that it broke her heart, that it just was, a mistake is what I'm hearing. And that's okay too. Mistakes are okay to make, because it helps us realize and redirect where we need to be. I'm hearing rejection is God's protection, right? And redirection. So now she's kind of back looking, where do I go from here? The T formation that came out that I put here was the creation of 1,000 forests. Oops, let me get that adjusted. There we go. The creation of 1,000 forests is in one acorn by Ralph Waldo Emerson. I put that here on the Two of Swords because, again, this is about walking by faith and not by sight. It's about believing in the unseen, right? Faith is built when you believe before you see. That's what faith is built on. And look at that, honk for confirmation, right? Faith is built when you believe before you see. And so even if you took one step and maybe you took a direction that you knew was not in alignment with your purpose, with your soul, and that's where that Three of Swords came in, because it did nothing but bring heartache. It did nothing but bring, mental anguish. And that's all right too, because now you get to make another decision. Spirit says you get to make another decision. All right. So this, this lunar eclipse is about making new decisions, right? The bottom of the deck here for the feminine is the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is about, having to kind of compete to stand up against other people's opinions and distractions and leadership so that you can become you can earn, I'm hearing earn authority over yourself, but you don't necessarily need to earn authority over yourself. That is your birthright, to have authority, to remain in authority over yourself. So this is here, I'm hearing this is stepping into that power. This is trusting in that power. This is standing up against those who will not honor that power of your own authority. Five of Wands to me also indicates competition. So maybe the divine feminine feels that she constantly has to compete in order to maintain her status quo. Whatever that means for you, if that resonates. And the competition can be with coworkers. It could be with other leaders, or maybe you're trying to compete for a spot in, in an authority role. Maybe you're trying to compete for a promotion at work. Maybe you're trying to compete for someone's attention, someone's heart. Maybe if this is a romantic connection, that you feel that you're competing against another person. But I'm hearing that that is what got you in that heartbreak, but you're ending that old way of living. You do not need to compete with anyone, because there is no one else like you, sacred divine feminine. There is no competition when there's no one else like you. So just remember that. Who are you competing against? The only person you should be comparing yourself to is yourself, your soul, right? And you're completing a whole old, I'm hearing world, a whole world of pain is coming to a completion. Maybe you have fixed signs in your chart: Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo. And if you do, those fixed signs don't like change, right? Don't like change. That's why you're constantly kind of fighting and battling against yourself, almost, it feels. Maybe you even are fighting against spirit, the authority, the divine creator, the divine author. Divine authority is what I just heard. So, but what I'm seeing that is when you allow yourself to complete this old world, these old habits of competition, you do allow divine. When you stop trying to compete with divine, I'm hearing it here. This is a message here for you. Divine feminine, when you stop trying to compete with divine, divine will clear everything out of your way in order for you to come into a brand new world. Okay? And when you allow yourself to come into a brand new world, what is that? What happens? You learn how to stand in your truth against the distractions, the distractions, you see? The Seven of Wands. So she's holding one. Now you've got 6 wands here on the outside, trying to distract you, trying to pull you away from who you are already destined and designed to be. And when you allow yourself to really truly step in your truth, look, you have another ace here, because you again are allowing for divine to give you the clarity within you that you need to be able to move forward, that you need in order to understand. that you are of royalty. Maybe on this human realm, you might feel that you're just constantly fighting, constantly battling, constantly, you know, trying to just get by. But just remember, if you might feel like you're a nobody down here, if that's what you're feeling, Divine Feminine, but Spirit wants you to know that you are highly respected in the spirit world. You are highly respected and known and seen and adored. You are spiritual royalty. And that's what Spirit wants you to be clear of. And maybe you do know that. And that's why you're here, trying to stand true in your truth, regardless of what other people are trying to say. They might say, oh, you're not anything. You came from nothing. Your parents are poor, or whatever the case is. Your skin color doesn't equate to power, whatever. But you have to remember that you truly are spiritual royalty. And if you continue to stay in that truth, if you continue to stay in that truth and disregard other people's opinions, other people's, you know, naysaying, you, everything, this world, this old world, the way that people used to see you, the way that you used to see you, is going to be completely re-cleansed, completely renewed. And your whole world is going to become I'm hearing unrecognizable. You will become unrecognizable, Divine Feminine. So, really beautiful energy. You know why? What I'm seeing here down here is because we have these cards that were placed underneath. And so this is for you. Don't take anything personally, says Don Miguel Ruiz from the Four Agreements. Embrace your freedom. Embrace the uniqueness that you are. Embrace the fact that you may be a different color or a different breed or a different, feather. You are not, you may be a bird, but you are a different kind of bird. That's what Spirit is saying. Embrace the freedom of who you are, of the fact that there is no one that competes to you, because there is absolutely no one in this world and will ever be like you. So embrace that freedom to be. It says you gain a huge amount of freedom when you take nothing personally. No spell can affect you regardless of how strong it may be. And if you live without fear, if you love, you will be happy with your life. So don't take anything personally. Don't take what they have to say about you personally. Don't take the heartbreak that you went through personally. Whoever hurt you, whoever betrayed you, whoever deceived you, don't take it personally. That doesn't mean you're saying it's okay, that it didn't matter, that it didn't hurt you. That's not what that means. It means it has nothing to do with you. And look, a hummingbird just showed up right in front of my window. So that's a message for you as well, especially with the birds here. Okay, that is a beautiful angelic message for you, Divine Feminine. You are coming into your crown. When people don't understand the blessing and gift that you are, that's on them. Okay, that's their problem. You are coming into your unlimited self here with this crown chakra. Your highest self, your divine essence is awakening. And some people are going to hate. They're going to try and hurt you and diminish you and belittle you and keep you stuck in a box because they don't understand you, or because they fear you, or because they envy you. But that has nothing to do with you and only them. Your potential Your potential self, look at this. Your potential self is infinite. That's the T formation with this crown chakra. The unlimited self, your potential self is infinite. So abundant, so beautiful, so magnificent. It doesn't, you are coming out of the pain, out of you're clearing, I'm hearing clearing the karmas that had to be cleared. I'm going to see if I can fix the lighting. All right, that's better. You are clearing the karma from generations. That's why you have that world card under there, right? Because you're clearing karma from old timelines, past timelines. All right, feminine. So just remember that your your potential self is infinite. So the masculine over here, the masculine over here is definitely in a beautiful state of gaining wisdom and clarity as well. The High Priestess card came out first. And I love when the High Priestess card comes out first because that shows that this masculine, and again, masculine is not necessarily, it's not gender. I just say it for sake of ease. We all carry masculine and feminine energy within us. But the masculine energy here is really reflecting on those experiences. So if this is, if you're looking at it from your point of view and an understanding or from your own self healing, the feminine energy is awakening and healing from those heartbreaks in the past and recognizing that there are new contracts beginning, new worlds reawakening. The unlimited self of infinite potential is occurring, is awakening, and the masculine is also reflecting on these past heartbreaks. The masculine is also looking at where the mistakes were and where he was responsible for those mistakes so that they can turn into wisdom, so that they can turn into faith, so that he can restore and rekindle and even I'm hearing for the first time for some masculines build a bond, a connection, a relationship with spirit, with divine. The T formation says know that you are a child of the universe. Yes, masculine, you are a child of the universe. And that's what you're recognizing. That's what this high priestess is about. You may have to go within. You may have to be quiet or, be a little bit more secluded. And people might think that you're being secretive and whole and sketchy. But that's not what the high priestess is about. The high priestess is about being intimate with spirit, and that has nothing to do with anybody else. That's your relationship with spirit, and if other people have a problem with it, they can take it up with spirit. I just heard, because there's truth that masculine is going is awakening to, this truth that this masculine is coming into, the wisdom that is occurring with this high priestess card is so beautiful because it will lead to a beautiful celebration of your soul tribe. So maybe that's why he is secluding himself, because the people he used to hang out with, maybe that was part of that third party Three of Swords energy over here. The people he used to hang out with, right? You see how you got the Three of Swords into the Three of Cups. So because of the reflection, because of the deepening of the relationship with spirit, the masculine within us all is clearing out and recognizing that a lot of the problem of this heartbreak had to do with the people, the party that they were around. They were around fools, right? You hang out with 9 drunks, you become the 10th. They were hanging out and putting their energies into things that were no longer, or not even no longer, that were never healthy or serving their highest good. And that's not just people. That can be behaviors, habits, activities, codependencies, TV shows, music, food, right? All of that, that's what the masculine is reflecting on, is healing, is coming into its power and wisdom and strengthening its faith with spirit to really recognize and call in his soul tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. I love that little slogan because it is so true. Your vibe attracts your tribe. You call in the energy that you are putting out. That is the law, the first law of attraction. So maybe you are seeing 3-3 with the 3 of swords and the 3 of cups. If you are seeing 33, the ascended master number of Christ, maybe you're also seeing 33 because you are making new decisions, choosing new people to be in your life to share your energy with. And it's okay, right? Because we have the sacral chakra here and the bottom of the deck of the page of wands. Underneath that, I'll show you. But this sacral chakra and the page of wands, this is the exploration, the adventure, allowing yourself to be curious about life again, allowing yourself to embrace the pleasures of life's blessings and beauties and benefits again. Maybe even for some of you for the first time ever. Maybe you never realized that you get to enjoy your life. You actually do. It's your birthright to live in bliss, to follow your bliss, to live in love, to create. That is literally the magician. That's the beautiful magic about being human, being on this human experience as spiritual beings, because we are beings, not doings, right? Human beings. We are here to be, to be, to be happy, to be healthy, to be in bliss, to be creators, co-creators with divine. The T formation that comes with this one here that says, there is pleasure in the pathless woods. There is pleasure in the pathless woods by Lord Byron. Why is there pleasure in the pathless woods? Because you may not know where you are going. I'm going to put this on the star card because I know the star card is sneaky. You may not know where you're going, and that's okay. The page of wands is the explorer, is the student, is the curious little child that just, think about children when they're like infants and they're just all they got, you just trying to walk to the mailbox and it takes 15 minutes. Why? Because or like puppies, right? Because everything is like a brand new adventure. Everything is like a brand new exciting, like just walking down the stairs for a toddler is like a whole obstacle course. Think about life in that way, says Spirit. Go back to that beautiful, curious little kitten around the house. For those with young children, you know what that book is about. It's so cute. The curious little kitten. Just think of life as this beautiful playground that you get to play on. because underneath the star card, or underneath the Page of Wands for the masculine at the bottom of the deck is the Star card. If you allow yourself to follow your passion, your bliss, your pleasures, and I don't mean egoic human pleasures, I mean spiritual callings and pleasures, the pleasures that your soul yearns for, depth of connection, the depth of connection, conscious love, true, unconditional friendship, and just the sheer enjoyment and excitement about this life, about life, about what you're doing in your life. The Star card is your wish fulfillment. Aquarius energy. Okay? So with the second, that's another, Aquarius is part of those fixed signs that the World card was showing under the feminine's bottom of the deck. So maybe you have, I mean, I know that Pluto has been in Aquarius, moved into Aquarius in January, and just moved back into Capricorn, and will be in Capricorn until mid-November, November 19th, I believe. And then it'll go back into Aquarius and will stay in Aquarius for the next 20 years. So the fact that right now, excuse me, and Pluto is about transformation. Pluto is about gaining your power back by facing your fears. I love that my one of my favorite astrologers, K Moon, said that, and I just never thought of Pluto that way. I always thought of Pluto as death and transformation, and the god of underworlds and all that. But I love the way she looked at it from that perspective, that it's about transforming into your power by facing your fears. So the collective over here is mirroring the masculine's Page of Wands with the Page of Wands. And I love this this Page of Wands. I love the pages in this deck because they're all so pink. And this pink color connects to your high heart chakra. So once again, confirming that this is what the collective is doing right now. This is what this beautiful lunar eclipse and Pisces energy is allowing and helping and supporting us to do, is follow our bliss. Like Jack Cornfield says, follow your bliss. The T formation here says, today I have grown taller from walking with the trees. I love this. Carly Wilson Baker, I've grown taller by walking with the trees. Because you are listening to the innocence and the wisdom of a tree. I love this. The trees, if you look at, I love the analogy of living life like a tree. Why? Because they are innocent and wise at the same time. Their roots are strong and go deep, and they hold each other up, and they help each other remain nourished through times of when it's bleak and when it's winter and when their leaves and their seeds have died. They don't worry about when their leaves are going to grow again. They don't even think about it. They're just being. They're just holding each other's hands, right? They're holding hands at the root, and they're continuing to exchange nourishment. Sorry, I couldn't say that word. They're continuing to exchange nourishment to each other, continuing to hold each other up, and also being at peace while doing all of that. And so stand taller. Stand taller. I'm hearing the song Stand Tall. It gets a little better. I see the walls we can break down together. Stand tall. It gets a little better now. We can break it down. We can break them down. We have the Emperor here at the bottom of the deck for the collective. Because this divine masculine energy, okay, it could be a father figure, a grandfather figure. It doesn't have to even be a male. It could just be someone. Emperor is the Aries card. So it could be an Aries, or you might be an Aries, sun, moon, or rising. Or it's just a protector that has been a protector over you. It could be our divine guides, divine God, a divine father. It could be a divine mother. But there is definitely an abundance of protection over you, beloveds. There is an abundance of protection keeping your passion alive. I'm hearing protect over your passion, because underneath that we have the moon card. So this full moon is helping us with protecting our, I'm hearing, bliss. That doesn't mean keep your guard up and constantly be ready for defense. Defense is different than protection. There's a difference between defense and protection. Important to know that. But I'm hearing Spirit say be a little bit more guarded, not guarded, protective, a little bit guarded to protect your passion, your insight, your intuition, your psychic connection with the moon, with spirit. Why? Because sometimes, again, you might have people over here who are trying to tell you otherwise, or sway you another direction, or tempt you in another way. They may not understand you, and that can cause a lot of confusion around your identity, right? Underneath that, because this is an emotional experience, you are maturing. You've got the King of Cups. Your throat chakra is healing. You're able to express your emotions a little bit better. That's what this moon, that's what this eclipse full moon is helping us. You see, we have the serpent around the moon, and I noticed that we have the snake also here at the sacral chakra, because the serpent is about, yes, some can say that snakes are about temptation and seduction and all of that, but really it's about your kundalini awakening. You see the sun card. I love how you have the sun for the emperor and then the moon card, because this is about your awakening, your light and your shadow being awakened, being healed, being transformed and matured. The moon card is also, the moon is around your emotional needs. So whatever your moon sign is, that's what's going to lead you in your emotional satisfaction, your emotional fulfillment. So if you don't know what your moon sign is, and you want to find that out, go find it out. Go to astro.com or download the app Astro Matrix. They're not sponsoring this video, but They should. I'm just kidding. I do always talk about Astro Matrix as this app because it is so beautiful. If you do want to understand your natal chart more, it really goes into depth to learn more about yourself. And I'm hearing that this Emperor card is around. Yes, the Emperor and the Moon cards are around, going into the depth of who you are, understanding how bright and brilliant and beautiful and powerful you are, but not just through your light codes, but also through your shadow, through the unseen, through the depths, the parts of you that not everyone really knows about unless they earn that experience, unless they earn that right to get to know you. But that can also be because maybe you've been so protective that you haven't really let anyone know you. And spirit is helping you find that balance to embrace it all while still being able to be emotionally available for love, for acceptance, for friendship, for, you know, connection. Really beautiful. That's really beautiful. And that balance of that moon and emperor, the moon and the sun we see here, that's what this violet flame is about. The violet flame is about having that, being able to stay centered and grounded in your energy, regardless of the chaos around you. The violet flame is recognizing it's, when you see a flame, right? And you see the right before it turns orange, what color is it? It's violet. That is that space between the oxygen, when oxygen hits the gas, right? So you being the violet flame is about being that space between the seen and unseen, I'm hearing. Being the space between the earth and the ethers, being the space between the physical and the non-physical. That's the beauty about the human experience, is that we also have this powerful connection with our 5D, with our non-physical. That's that feminine energy. So being the space between the physical and the non-physical allows you to separate yourself from how intense the energies can be, and realize that you are not your experiences. You are not other people's opinions about you. You are not their circumstances. You are not your human, or your human. I'm just hearing that you are not your human. You're not your lineage. You're not your community. You're not your society. I know that we can feel so identified with that because the ego has taught us that everything around us is a resemblance of who we are. And though that is not untrue, it's not the whole truth. Because we are creators, and we do get to make up our our story, our destiny. But we're not really making it up, whereas we are moving in alignment. What it is that we feel, that we desire most, that we want most, that we want to create and build, has to do with the soul contract, the soul purpose and intention that source creator has already instilled within us. So yes, there is free will, but there is also divine will. And it's about being able to walk and dance in that beautiful space. That's what this violet flame is about. And the T formation says, if you truly love nature, you will find beauty everywhere, says Vincent van Gogh. So don't forget about how beautiful, again, going back to that Page of Wands, how beautiful life can be and life is, regardless of the circumstances around. That's not saying that what you've gone through was painful and should be, and should be overlooked or does not matter. This is not to invalidate your experience whatsoever. This is also to just shift the mentality, shift your perspective that there's so much beauty as well to be found, to be met, to be seen, to be experienced. Because here, Spirit here has a conversation with us. The most the most cards that came out from this spread was from Spirit's column. And Spirit says, though I see you have gone through it, this Nine of Wands, you are the wounded warrior, battered, broken, and bruised. The wounded healer of Chiron, right? Chiron is the wounded healer. And right now, Chiron is going through it. It's in retrograde right now through the sign of Aries. Again, that Emperor energy. Aries is really active in the collective amongst us all, because Aries is not only in Chiron, but Aries is also um, in our north node. Our north node is in Aries as well for the collective, which is our future, our fate, our destiny. And Aries is about our true self. Aries is about who we are, the I am, the source creator within us, our identity, not the ego identity, but our soul identity. And so this Aries energy is really helping the collective with not only healing from our identity wounds, but is also moving us into our true essence of who we are, right? I like how this kind of looks like a sun a little bit, almost like a spider web. We are moving away from our wounds. We are healing our soul wounds. And we are really coming into who we truly are intended to be. That's the beauty about the Chiron and the North Node. And, eclipses help us with our North and South nodes. They support us in that. And the South Node is in Libra right now, which is about karma. The South Node is karma in our past life, and Libra is about balance and justice. So not only are we clearing our past karmas, but we also are balancing with justice for our future North Node in Aries of who we are, reclaiming who we are, this ancient future, restoring our past, balancing it back into who all it was intended. This looks like Ursula, the god. No, that's a mermaid. Okay, just kidding. I saw the waves and I thought it was more tentacles. I thought it was the goddess um, of the ocean. I know Ursula was ended up becoming what was the story was told that Ursula ended up becoming a evil, witch of the sea. But I also think of it as perhaps that was her Chiron. Maybe she was wounded, just like with the stories of like Medusa and all, the and Lilith, how they have become demonized, but perhaps the whole story was never said, and that's why this ancient future is here to retell the story, to reclaim the story and all of its purities and powers, because also this eclipse is awakening a lot of the divine goddess energy of Lilith. Excuse me, of, you know there's so many, of Persephone, of all. I wish I could get into it right now, but I'm not going to. But just know that this full moon, this eclipse in Pisces, look at this also, the ancient future, Pisces with the telepathic yin yang fish. That's Pisces energy. Wise, intuitive, psychic. We're becoming more in tuned, online, turned on to our psychic abilities with this. And it's also awakening the feminine, divine feminine energy, the divine goddess energies, as we are also in the season of Virgo, who is of all goddess energy, purifying the virgin, right? We're purifying that beautiful, divine, sacred, feminine energy within us all, regardless of gender. So Spirit says we have this 8-8 here. Perhaps there was a big awakening or big shift during the 8-8 portal for you last month. But we have the 8 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. And I'm seeing this as take action regardless of how scared you might be. Because the 8 of Swords is about being mentally trapped, stuck in your fears, the false expectations appearing real, right? The false energies appearing real, false ego, false emotions, false evidence, false everything appearing real is the acronym of fear. And the mental anguish and mental stuckness that is keeping you from being able to move. If you just walked through these swords, you could actually walk right into this brand new portal. And there's that Ankh. I don't know if you can see it at the very top. The Ankh of that feminine, masculine, sacred feminine, masculine balance. So Spirit says, take action. 8s are of abundance. 8s are of ending old cycles and beginning new cycles. 8s are of expansion and action and movement. So move. Even if you feel afraid, that's not what. Be fearless and know that all will be provided at the right time. Sorry, my connection, it got really intense here when Spirit was speaking. It caused the connection to drop. So I think I lost a couple of you. But that's okay. Be fearless and know that all will be provided at the right time. That's what this message is here for 8-8. But it's not about being fearless. It's about bravery, is about moving forward, going into it, facing your fears, even if you are afraid, right? Facing your fears. That's what we were chatting about Pluto is transforming by taking back your power, facing your fears, because we have the Tower card. Reclaiming your power. The Tower card is about big shifts, epiphanies, awakenings, enlightenment. But sometimes enlightenment can come through the unfortunate experiences of something catastrophic, if that's what it takes to awaken you, is what Spirit just said. But what I'm seeing is this Tower, whatever you have gone through or will go through these full moons, through this full moon. And look, we have the sun and the moon again, as we were looking at that sun and moon with the Emperor and the moon. But I'm seeing with the Three of Cups and the Tower together, it's going to lead you, whatever this huge awakening, enlightenment, aha moment, paradigm shift, it might completely create what might feel like the empire falling, but it's to build something new. It's bringing you into, again, there's that Three of Cups, your soul tribe, right? Just like here. And I didn't read the T formation for this Three of Cups here, so let's read them. It says, great gratitude leads to love. This Three of Cups says, for the masculine, gratitude leads to love. And then this one here says, you can measure the love you bring to each day by the joy you experience in each moment. And so I love that both of these Three of Cups have the T formation about love. Gratitude leads to love, and you can measure the love you bring to each day by the joy you experience in each moment. Just like that Ace of Wands we were talking about. But Spirit says, I am confirming that I will be supporting this new soul tribe that you are awakening and coming into. This lunar eclipse, this full moon coming up, this full moon that we just experienced at the time of that this message will go public after Tea and Tarot Tuesday next week. The full moon portal that we are in right now is awakening and shifting us into a completely brand new way of loving, not just living, loving, because we have the Ace of Cups here. And then this brand new way of loving is called conscious love, divine love. Bring me the sunset in a cup, says Emily Dickinson. In order to fully embrace the joy, the experiences of this life, the depths of what this life has to offer, you have to first tap into your divine love, the self-love, pour into your cup first so that you can actually fully accept, is what I'm hearing. You have to be able, you have to have the capacity to even receive the love that it is that we seek externally. And in order to do that, we have to give it to ourselves first so we can know what it feels like to give and receive. But there is something beautiful, just extraordinarily beautiful happening with this collective here. As long as, Spirit says, as long as you take action, even in the midst of fear, even if you are afraid, do it anyway. Because it will lead you to something to celebrate. 333, if you're seeing that. That's you, me, and divinity. You are divinely guided and protected on this journey. So don't be afraid to express your love. Be impeccable with your word. Really beautiful. If you are interested in taking a look at my chakra healing series, I have a playlist on my channel here. And if you want to look at the crown chakra and the sacral chakra, perhaps there's some healing messages that may be in those videos for you that might help you awaken your sacral and your crown to really tap into the pleasures of life's blessings, beauties, and benefits. and and really, really embrace all of who you are. So I hope that this helps. This is a really beautiful message, and I hope that you enjoyed it. If it resonates with you and you liked this video, feel free to hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, Princess Leah 888, and hit that notification bell if you'd like to know whenever I do go live for my Tea and Tarot Tuesday episodes. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you absolutely can do so. I have a September promo right now. Your first booking with me will be a complimentary mini read where I will pull 3 cards for you over any topic that you choose. If that is something that is of interest to you, you can message me on my social media on TikTok or Instagram at Princess Leah 888, or you can email me at my FemRims Tea and Tarot Apothecary at femrims811@gmail.com. I'll leave that information in my description box below. And until next time, my beautiful beloveds, thank you so much for being here. Peace and love. Namaste. Bye.